investors. So we've seen a number of regional centers step into the breach, notice a market need in this area, and work to fill it. Namely, we've seen more and more regional centers that are providing direct financing to their investors to alleviate some of these concerns and problems for their investors, and at the same time broaden the base of potential EB-5 investors. So I can't go into names just because of SEC requirements and whatnot, but there are at least 2 regional centers that we're aware of, and there's possibly a few more, that are providing financing directly to their investors. Sometimes the interest rate, certainly varies. I would say what I've seen is in the range of 5 to 6% recently, but again, that's always subject to change as well. So from an interest rate perspective, I think it's a very reasonable rate. This is technically an unsecured loan that you're getting. No securities required, you're not mortgaging your house and stuff like that. A 5 or 6 interest rate, I think is a very great option. As I said, some of the regional centers are charging origination fee, so that's a one-time fee that you might have to charge, maybe 1%, maybe a little bit more of the loan amount, but it's still quite within the range of reasonableness. They do not finance the entire $800,000. The amount of finance depends, I think, on the project itself. I would say generally the max is maybe up to 300, maybe 350 that they're willing to finance. So if you as an investor, you're able to source and collect, let's say 450, 500, maybe 550, the remaining amount can be financed by the regional center. And that opens a whole new set of options, I think, for our clients. So it makes things easier in terms of cash flow. They don't have to necessarily provide and produce all that cash right now, much less B, they don't have to provide all the documentation for that extra cash, which might be a challenge for certain investors. C, it allows them to move forward with the case. They don't have to liquidate any positions they might have in some securities or other investments that might actually accrue a lot over the long term, and therefore the clients would prefer not to liquefy their positions. So I see it as a win-win. And so if you're looking at EB-5 and have had concerns about source of funds, and we've talked a lot about this in some of our other videos, you're concerned about the source of funds, you're concerned about liquidating your positions, or you just have some other issues that have been holding you back because you had some problems collecting that full $800,000, I think this is a great option that you should consider, that if you're looking at going forward with the EB-5, you should consider using these finance options that are being provided by these regional centers.